What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mike Fulahope here, and today I'm coming to you with a new video. Something's been on my heart for a long time, and it really hit me even harder over the last couple weeks. After I watched this documentary just about sex trafficking in Bangladesh, and then I watched a movie with my sister called Sold, and it was about a Nepalese girl, if that's how you say it, who was forced into sex slavery and prostitution in India. And it really touched my heart. But I mean, like that wasn't the reason why I wanted to do this particular video. I've been meaning to do this for a long time, because it's necessary, it's well needed. I would like to think that it's common sense for everybody to believe in it, but apparently we don't live in that kind of world. So today, anyway, moving forward, today your boy Mike Fulahope gives you 3 reasons why every man should be a feminist.
Put me on GQ. Put me on GQ. I help my community out, servicing all of you. Put me on GQ. Put me on GQ.
Now, check this out, man. Look at my guys up there. Need them for help sometimes. I don't want to come off as one of those dudes that talks about feminism and talks about the equality or the problems that of in society that affect women without talking to women themselves, because that would just be a complete and utter contradiction of what the goal I'm trying to accomplish here. But what I will do is I'll give my perspective on it, and then I'm going to have a set of interviews, one from a good friend of mine. I won't say who the name is. She has her own YouTube channel yet, right now. But like I said, I won't say the name just yet. And I'm gonna just interview her about what she thinks about the role that women play in society and some of the issues that they face today. I won't do that. That'll be a separate video. So without further ado, though, let's get started on this particular video. First reason why, for you dudes out there that don't find, or dudes or females too, that don't feel it in your heart to be a feminist, here's the first reason why you should be. First of all, they were your first dependents. The overwhelming majority of us, can I say, came from a woman? Yeah, but what do you mean about first dependents, though? The first person that nurtured you when you came into this world, technically, whether consciously or unconsciously, was your mother. Now, unless, rest in peace, unless your mother passed at birth, or unless you were taken from her womb and given to somebody else right from birth, or unless you didn't get breastfed as a child and you had regular milk, your first source of nutrients was your mother. Quick question for you guys. How many of you guys sucked in your father's chest? I know I didn't. Could you even fathom or imagine what it would be like if you had to do it to your dad? Mother, no, please. He hasn't showered in days. The fact of the matter is, the majority of us wouldn't have lived without him. None of us would have gotten to this point. We'd be probably unfed. Which leads me to my second point. Beautiful words. I had to take a moment of silence for that. The conditions of women determine the conditions of society as it is today. The Economist did a report the other day saying that the recovery of the workforce has essentially all been the part of women. U.S. estimated at 5% unemployment. Or less than that, not counting those who've completely given up on finding a job. They did a report the other day saying that the majority of people that are joining the workforce outside of manufacturing positions are females, and male participation has decreased. Women curate the societies which we live in. They do a lot of small stuff that goes completely overseen and undermined on a daily basis. They build economies. They raise children. They teach at schools, join police forces, are active in the military. Women are educators, entrepreneurs, participate in agriculture, keep children in school, lawyers, global volunteers, which they make up over 45% of. They do housework as maids. They help urge kids to go to school and stay and graduate and become the next scientists and major leaders of the world that we see on TV every day. They're athletes, celebrities, they're environmentalists who keep the earth clean. They're a list of things on and on and on. Not to mention the fact that some of the greatest masterminds that have touched the face of the earth have been female. Cleopatra, Queen Elizabeth, Joanne of the Arc, Catherine the Great, even Genghis Khan's wife, for Pete's sakes. The whole point is, man, the roles that women play, the roles that females play all across the world, is something that you can't live without. We can't live without. None of us. And their efforts sometimes do go undermined. Unless we're talking about, Margaret Thatcher. Even Margaret Thatcher's gone undermined as one of the great political leaders of our generation. My parents' generation. My grandparents' generation. The greatest athlete of all time is a woman. Now look, I am one that firmly believes that yes, there are some differences between men and women, or females and males per se, because we're not talking about gender, we're talking about sex. Females and males. But those differences doesn't mean that one difference is greater than the other, one is more valued and the other is less. I think they just mean that those are differences and that equally we are all the same, ultimately because we need each other to live. Okay, I know that was a little bit Martin Luther King-y. We're all created equal. But look, guys, I'm talking to the guys for once. Only ladies sit this one out. And well, if you're a lady that isn't a feminist, sit this one in too. But listen. Ultimately, my point is, the greatest athlete of all time is a female. Shout out to Serena Williams, baby. No disrespect to Allie, no disrespect to Gretzky, no disrespect to Jordan, but we'll never see someone dominate their sport like Mrs. Williams. And have you seen her thighs? This isn't some liberal video about, how we're all equal and we're all supposed to get along. No. This is just facts. I'm not some oddball idiot conservative either that thinks that I'm entitled to tell women what to do and there are people that are less than others. No. The fact of the matter is the well-being of the country is determined by the well-being of the female. Females build economies, they contribute to workforces, they contribute to social norms, they contribute to any aspect of society. The well-being of any country is determined by the condition of their women. And that is just essentially just true. It's essential. It's an essential part of that country. They build economies, they groom businessmen, and they become businesswomen. You can't have some of the greatest masterminds, as I said earlier in this video, have all been female. You don't have there is no U.S. without the U.S. of women. There is no world without Eve. Jesus was very fond of Mary Magdalene. The last point I have for you guys. Why be a feminist? Because it's just right. Why be a feminist? Because it's just right. Why be a feminist? Because it's just right. Because it's just right. I don't think women should have to ask for people to treat them equally. They shouldn't have to ask to be respected. And with all that's going on in our world at this day and time, with the fact that there's children overseas that are being genitally mutilated, there's honor killings in certain countries in the Middle East, there's dowry violence in South Asia and domestic violence and rape in Southeast Asia, there's people throwing acid on females. I mean, a lot of this stuff, it's you for you not to have some sympathy as whatever you are to the situation that is affecting our little girls in a lot of these countries, you obviously wouldn't have a heart. I mean, there's little girls that were forced into marriages at young ages. We're talking about some that get killed for refusing, some women that get killed in certain countries for refusing to be a man's wife, or marriage by abduction in Ethiopia or in the Sudan, war rape. War rape is something that happens in the West. You have a couple years back, three Iraqis, three U.S. soldiers raped a 14-year-old girl. 3 of them raped a 14-year-old girl in Iraq as a way of war. They have war rape. The whole idea of war rape is not something that's just U.S. soil. That's everywhere. Rape has always been a kind of a tool, a war tool for infringing upon the enemy. And in fact, all this happening for you to not feel anything goes to show you what kind of person you are. There's kids in the U.S., in Mexico, in Latin America that are being sex trafficked. The list goes on and on. It's a lot. There's dowry violence in India. There's bride burnings in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and Nepal. Our little girls, some of our daughters, some of our sisters, some of our mothers, some of our aunts, places all around the world are being attacked violently. The list goes on and on. It's ridiculous. And the whole idea, the fact of the matter is, if you are like me, a male that sits around and watches other males perpetuate this violence on our females, you're a problem. I wanna eventually have daughters one day, and I don't want my daughter to be genitally mutilated or to go over to the Middle East and be the victim of an honor killing, or to be in the American workforce where she is as equally qualified as her male counterpart and has the education, if not a better education, but is stuck to management and administrative positions, or works the same amount of workload as her male co-workers, but receives a lot less. So it's just right, man. That's the reason why I think you should be a feminist. And if you still, after this video, feel like you don't want to be a feminist, then you should go fuck yourself. No. Just kidding, excuse my language. No, but in all seriousness, I hope a female hangs you. Humanity has always needed male and female to work together, and that doesn't stop now. So with that said, I know what side I'm on. Angela Davis's side. And she's still fine enough for me to marry her, even at her old age. Hope you like this video. Mike Fulahope is out. Comment below, please. I hope I made a couple more feminists out of this video, and if not, like I said, you already know what I said for you earlier. Subscribe if you like my channel. More videos will be coming out soon. Michael Hall out, baby.